What's up, pretty people? What's up, not Karen? I appreciate that you're actually caring, though, in this aspect, in this topic. It's very interesting to me, and sometimes I might come off as inflammatory or, not even really trying to be. But these are just my opinions, and some of it I would say is straight fact based. And the thing is, that the fact that we even call it permaculture, the definition, it's called mimicry of nature. And that's the very thing, is the roots. You guys don't have the roots. You don't have the full understanding that indigenous peoples of this land do, because, we are these lands 100%. So if you're just trying to mimic, in a lot of ways that can get in the way, because we see ourselves as nature. When we don't play our roles in nature is when things get fucked up, right? So if you really cared about that role in nature, you would follow indigenous people, get out the way, something like that aspect. Prop up these people if you can. We need allies above all else these days. So as long as it's like indigenous learned and taught, and it's like a familial ancestry passed down ways, because imagine how many people's tried to actually be a part of nature for how many hundreds of years now and just aren't able to, or were, persecuted for doing so, for trying to do so. It's just our way of life, and y'all could never understand that, and that's okay. As long as you're, like I said, being being willing to intake that information and take up arms with us. It has nothing to do about color. It's 100% the roots. You guys don't have the foundational roots, that spirit, that ancestry that we do here. And it just comes down to that. And it's obviously a cool discussion. If anybody has anything to add with that, I'd be willing to go back and forth with. But yeah, it's just what everything is based upon, which is genocide on these lands. So when you guys try to take over this way of life that you don't know what you're doing, it's 100% an extension of the colony, right? It's all these rich hippie people that just steal, indigenous ways. It's just an extension of the colony. Like I said, there's no respect, there's no honor, there's no reciprocal aspects like that. You have to give before you can really gain that knowledge, and that's what we have to do, is right the wrongs on these lands, and then anybody can do whatever. Like I said, it's not about color at all. It comes down to your intentions, right? So if you don't intend to follow that way of life, then you're doing it all wrong anyway, right? Like I said, you can get in the way more than you can help, right? So it's just, there's so many practices now that are implemented in, forestry, food forestry, and all that stuff that are indigenous. And the fact that we even call them these other names instead of their indigenous names, like the people, the ways of life that they were. If you call them by these names, the names of the plants, the ways, everything, by these tribal affiliated names that they were given initially, that right there is a prayer, and you're respecting that spirit. Like I said, the fact that we even have to call it permaculture, that's not culture, bro. It really isn't. So yeah, you gotta escape all these culty, alt-right pipeline aspects of permaculture and actually prop up these indigenous peoples that their spirit knows. They don't even really know what they're doing, but their spirit knows, and the only thing you can do is fall into place and remember, and then you guys fall in line too. So that's just what it is, bro.